A high-tech Chinese vessel has been detected mapping strategic waters off the West Australian coast, where submarines are known to regularly transit. Defence correspondent Andrew Green has more.
We're talking about a ship that's roughly 4 or 5 years old. It's called the Xiang Yang Hong 01, and it's part of China's fairly expansive fleet of research oceanographic ships that trawl across mainly the Pacific Ocean, but in this case it's come to the Indian Ocean, mapping crucial sea lanes and having a look at oceanography, all the various things that could be useful for both scientific purposes but also for military purposes. And what we've discovered is that this particular ship during January and February was coming quite close to the West Australian coastline. It transited past Christmas Island, where it briefly entered the exclusive economic zone of Australia. And from what we understand from military sources, it was taking a particular interest in waters that are also used by Australian and US submarines as they make their way north towards those strategically important waterways of the South China Sea. We did put some questions to Australia's Defence Department, and they passed them on to the Department of Home Affairs that has jurisdiction for these sorts of matters. We do understand, though, that defence officials were closely watching this ship, which was doing nothing illegal, it has to be pointed out, but certainly did attract the attention of Australian officials. Now, the Department of Home Affairs did confirm that it was tracking the vessel and that it did briefly enter Australia's exclusive economic zone as it went past Christmas Island, but of course it did mainly stay in international waters, which it's permitted to do. And we have to point out that though it was certainly within the rules on this occasion, a couple of years ago, the tiny Western Pacific nation of Palau complained about the behaviour of this ship when it was caught within its EEZ.
It's the start of a comprehensive plan that they have to dominate the region. And at first it's with economic development, but it will be followed by fishing fleets and maritime law enforcement, and then eventually naval forces.